So you're looking at this Patreon page wondering, is it worth it? Should I join? I kind of like the videos, but I'm not sure. If you don't know what the videos are that I'm talking about, they're the videos from the How to Be a Great GM YouTube series, and you're not sure what this is about, you're not sure if it's for you. Well, this is why it might be for you. Hello, my name is Guy, and primarily you're supporting me and my business partner, the Web Goblin, in terms of making more content and stuff for you. And I wanted to just spend a few moments talking to you about what it is that you get from this channel, from this particular Patreon group as well. Some of you might not be aware of what it is that you are getting, and also to talk about what exactly it is that you're helping to fund. So let's jump right into it. So there's a podcast at the $3 tier that you get access to every single week. Now, I have guests, I've got friends coming on, we do different series over time. We've just gone through a series where we've been designing diabolical dungeons and coming up with some really wacky ideas with some absolutely awesome people as far as I'm concerned. We do battle maps for the $10 tiers. You get beautiful battle maps that I have designed very specifically for you using Dungeon Fog, who are one of our sponsors. And those battle maps you can use in pretty much any situation that you like. And if you happen to be a Patreon and you happen to have a subscription to Dungeon Fog, use the code GreatGM and you'll get a discount, by the way. But if you happen to be both of those, you can ask me for the original maps, and then you'll get those in Dungeon Fog as well to use as you so please and choose and customize as you so like. And then finally, our highest tier, the $15 tier, every month you get a new NPC monster statted out according to Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition rules, as well as, or potentially in conjunction with, a location based on the battle map with adventure hooks, some NPC ideas, things that you can use in your game tonight, as a matter of fact, to help make it a little bit more entertaining and to take a little bit of strain off of you as the game master, for example. And of course, we produce videos every week, as well as a live show. There's a live show on Sundays where you can ask questions about everything and anything that could possibly be going through your head with regards to role-playing, and I'll try and answer it. So that's some of the stuff that we do. We also have a Discord exclusive channel, discord.gg/greatgm, that you can join specifically for Patreons. And in that channel, I often engage with the Patreons talking about all kinds of things. They can ping me privately and I'll chat with everybody in that channel for as long as I can. There's a Facebook exclusive page which does pretty much the same thing, but it's on Facebook in case you perhaps don't like Discord. Either way, from both of those sources, I will choose or position or posit options for people, for Patreons, first before I go anywhere else. So, for example, in the last month, we had a free giveaway of a 1-year subscription to Dungeon Fog. We happened to get one, and it was to the Patreons that prize went. So there is some exclusivity when you join our Patreon group at any and every level, by the way. So there are definitely those options. Now, you can also send us directly questions here on the Patreon page or on the private Discord channel or on the Facebook channel, and we respond to those first before we respond to any other questions. That's not to say that we have more desire to answer your questions. It's just that, well, that's part of being a patron. It's one of the benefits. Then I have produced so far 2 books, one a year, basically, and there's another one coming out and will be out by next year, early next year. And part of being a patron is that you get access to that as a podcast, the entire book. So if you are interested in those books, A Complete Guide to Epic Campaigns or A Complete Guide to Nautical Campaigns, that podcast for Nautical Campaigns actually starts this coming week, I think, where I read through the book, but also give you my thoughts, notes, and annotations of what I would like to have added if I didn't have an editor or a page count limit or time limits and such and like, or I give you insights as to how I've used those particular rules in my own games. So they're far more complex and far more conversational than perhaps a traditional podcast or audiobook might be. So these are all of the options that you get as a patron. Where do your funds go? What do they go towards doing? Well, principally they go towards supporting myself and the Web Goblin, two very, very passionate role players, and that goes to allowing us to develop stuff for you for free use, basically. RPG Table Finder being a classic example, I should say, that has server fees, that has a user count now of almost, I think it was 30,000 people last time I checked. That is something that we made that's free to the public to help them find games. This channel is all about improving people's gaming experience, and what better way to do that than to help them actually have a gaming experience in the first place? So a lot of the funds that we get from Patreon go towards supporting RPG Table Finder. The other, of course, section of funds goes towards making sure that we can produce more videos on a full-time basis, and that we can write all of these wonderful books that get turned into audiobooks. So all of that comes out of your support. And I would remind you that at any point you can stop your Patreon. It's not like you sign up. It's not a subscription service. It is a monthly thing that you can choose to opt in and opt out of. And we often have people saying, oh, I really want to carry on supporting you, but there's a financial trouble, or there's a this or a that. We are absolutely understanding and completely would say only support us if you have the spare cash and you really do enjoy and derive benefit from the many things that we offer you. And of course, we're always open to suggestions. If you go, I don't really want monsters or plots, I'd rather have hand-drawn illustrations of automobile parts. Well, we could probably do that, but I'm fairly certain it wouldn't necessarily be the best use of our time or your money. So anyway, something to think about. We're here to make your gaming experience better, and we'll try and do that however we can. To all of those of you who are Patreons and happen to have watched this video out of curiosity, please remember you do have access to all of this stuff. If you can't find it on the website, please let me know. I will shout at the Web Goblin or at myself, depending on whose fault it was, most likely mine, and we'll try and correct that, because again, these are resources we make available to you to improve your game. Thank you for your support, or for your future support if you're thinking of it, and until next time, I wish you and yours the happiest of gaming.